This is my friend Claire. Claire, can you greet to my audience?
Hi everyone in Korea.
So today I'm going to interview you, Claire. Thank you for coming anyway.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Where did you come from?
I am originally from California in America, close to San Francisco. Not in the city, kind of in the suburbs.
As I know, California is the biggest state in terms of population.
Yes.
Why is that state is so crowded?
It's a good place to live. There's also a very big economy there. It basically produces most of the fruits and vegetables for all of America.
How about the weather there?
Oh, it's so nice. Southern California near Los Angeles. It's warm and dry.
Okay.
It's kind of like a desert, so it only rains a little bit.
It's like Mediterranean.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very ideal for human being to live in.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So in addition to all the farming, there's all of the, the Hollywood, all of that big industry in Los Angeles, and then Silicon Valley is kind of around San Francisco. So California has a diverse economy.
Yeah, and a lot of different ethnicities.
Yes, very diverse.
Yeah.
It's, you hear so many different languages all the time, and it's a pleasure because then you get exposed to so many different kinds of people.
Yep.
And especially the food. I love food. Yeah, and I enjoyed growing up there.
Claire, can you tell my audience how we met?
Yeah. Oh, it's a very good story. So we have a mutual friend named Heather who was having a goodbye party. She was moving to a different city for work.
Yes.
And so we all were at this restaurant and we were making conversation. I think I asked, what is something you dream about doing the most? If you could do anything, what would you really want to do? And without any hesitation, you were so fast. You were so fast.
Yeah.
She said, I want to hike the Milford Track. And my partner was sitting next to me and we looked at each other. And like this, because we had already booked to go to hike this Milford Track, this great walk. It's very well known here in New Zealand. It's beautiful scenery. And we had an extra spot because somebody couldn't come.
Yes.
And so we said, and it was fate, destiny. And so I said, let's do it. I had only just met Joy, but it was great. We did a lot of training together.
Yes.
Because this is so new to Joy. I am very experienced in tramping and staying out in the wilderness overnight. And so I wanted to make sure Joy would be able to do it and be comfortable.
Yes. She helped me a lot, and from how I have to train myself, my body, and what to prepare, and how to pack the bag, everything. She taught me everything, and she showed me everything.
I got so much joy out of seeing you there. No, I really did. Because when you are out and you do this all the time, it's still beautiful and wonderful, but it's different to see somebody experience this who is new.
Yes.
And it was wonderful. We had such a good time.
Yes, we did.
And so now we go walking a lot. And try to catch up when we can in our busy lives. And it's great. It's a great story.
I thought before I met you, I had never thought of, English speaking immigrants would have some, difficulties in New Zealand, but you had very similar difficulties with mine. So it was quite interesting to me.
Do you want me to talk about that a little?
Why did you decide to come to New Zealand first?
The first time I came as a student, just for an exchange. So I stayed for 6 months studying at the University of Otago in Dunedin. And I got into tramping. I learned about tramping here in New Zealand. That's what started me in this process.
So before you came to New Zealand, you used to do some trekking as well.
A little bit, but just like day hikes. Nothing overnight. Nothing like that. And I didn't know much about New Zealand before I came here. I just said, the scenery looks beautiful because Lord of the Rings was filmed here. And that was it. And I was like, okay, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. And so when I left, to go back to America, I said, I want to go back to New Zealand because I'm not done. I want more.
Oh, okay.
So then 8 years later, my partner and I came back here to live.
Okay.
Because he had also studied here.
When? 2 years ago or
2.5 years ago. We came back January 2019.
2019. 2 years after me.
Yes.
I came here in 2017.
Yeah. You're a veteran. You've been here a long time.
No. What is the main reason you decided to come to New Zealand?
It was mostly the lifestyle. We value access to the outdoors. In America, I think a lot of your Korean audience can relate. There is a very strict work culture. I think it might be more strict in Korea. But even so, in America, you are valued for your work and what you do, and it's not a good work-life balance. And at least here in New Zealand, it seems to me that you can do both. You can be productive in your work and do a good job contributing to society. Yeah. But also, you have time to spend with your family and
your personal life.
New Zealand is small, so it's not far to go to get to a lot of these outdoor activities or other things you might want to do.
So would you say that you have more balanced lifestyle?
Yes. And I would say that has been fulfilled mostly.
Okay, that's good.
So it's good. We're very lucky.
So let's talk about some difficulties you have had so far as immigrants.
Yes. We were fortunate to know a few people when we came here.
Okay.
But even so, most of those people were friends of my partner. And so I needed to make some friends of my own for my own well-being. And that took some time. So for instance, I'm a big nerd and I play Dungeons and Dragons. And I joined... it's been so wonderful. I joined a group and I met Kiwis. This group is made up of some Kiwis and then there are a few other immigrants in it. And we play every week. So I get to see these people every week and it's been wonderful. And I have some close friends now. And I think for me it was difficult finding work with my background because I have an ecology background in conservation, so caring for the environment with sort of an emphasis on wildlife specifically. But I think there are a lot of people who want to do that here. And so there's not as much demand. There's a lot of competition for work. And I think a lot of those jobs are already being filled by Kiwis. I didn't find any work related to my training until 6 months ago.
You talked about some visa conditions.
Yes. Certain employers are required to hire residents and citizens before they can look to foreign workers.
If they cannot find a person for that position, then they would look.
But because of the field I am in, it's so competitive, I'm sure my CV did not get looked at a lot. And I should say I have 5 years experience doing professional consulting, biological consulting work back in the States. I didn't come here right after uni. It was very difficult. And then I have work now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you got residency visa.
I did get a residency visa. Woo! It's a big relief. I think anyone here who's an immigrant will tell you it's very nice to feel secure. You know where you can be. You have options. It's more in your control.
So I understand that feeling, Still, I don't have residency visa. So I know the feeling of I don't have any control about my social status.
It's so frustrating, and you want to be able to plan your life, but you can't. If you're not an immigrant, it is very hard to understand this.
Sure.
And I think that's why a lot of immigrants tend to meet each other
That's
and
right.
become friends.
Yes.
Because they
yeah.
have this shared experience.
Yeah.
And also immigrants are looking for friends.
Yeah. So it's easy for us to become friends.
I think so.
Your native tongue is English.
Yes.
The same language with Kiwi people. To us, it's a quite difficult problem. It's language barrier is really, really big obstacle before us. So we have to overcome this one. You know, when you see some people who are mumbling or, you know, making lots of mistakes when they talk and their, you know, vocabulary level is quite low, and then they would think that the people are kind of idiot or stupid or whatever. So we have, you know, we carry that kind of, you know, inferior feeling all the way, every day. So it is quite challenging every day.
I understand a little bit because I don't know if I told you, I lived in France for 4 months. And French is not my first language. I understand you get frustrated because you have all of these complex thoughts, but you can't express them.
No.
If you feel frustrated, it's wonderful when people have patience.
Yeah.
I stayed with a family when I lived there, and the mother was so patient and understanding. It was so helpful. I truly wish that everyone had the opportunity to go live in a place where the language is not their first. I do, because I think it humbles people.
Yes, I think so. There is more room to understand other people as well.
You get more patience, you become more compassionate.
Yeah, that's right.
I've just been lucky that it's my first language. Like, I understand the struggle a little bit. It's tough, but it can be so rewarding.
That's right.
And you sort of, when you learn another language, like I remember sort of my thinking is different. Do you feel that way when you speak English compared to when you speak Korean?
My English level is not that level yet.
Oh, I think it is. Do you dream in English at all?
Sometimes.
Oh, then yeah. Then that's it. It challenges things you've thought before, but it's difficult.
Difficult, yes. You are speaking American English.
I am.
But here they are speaking Kiwi English. So do you have any experience of, you know, having difficulty in understanding,
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
Kiwi accent or Kiwi English?
Yes. It's gotten easier with time for
Yes,
me
of
to
course.
understand the accent. But I still, sometimes there are expressions that are so new to me.
Okay.
As for instance, there's a story of when I was first here. I was staying with a friend's family who was Kiwi. We were gonna go have a family barbecue with some other family members.
All right.
And they said, we're gonna go have a barbecue with Andrew and Ellen. I was thinking in my mind, okay, Andrew and his partner Ellen.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, it sounds like that.
So then we go to the house, door opens. It's clearly the partner of Andrew, but it is not an Ellen. It's an Alan. So the partner was male.
Male.
Yes.
Andrew and Alan.
But Ellen
It's
and Alan in the Kiwi accent sound the same. It's Ellen. And it's, what is this? I was like, where I had gone wrong. Pin, like a pin you stick in something.
Yeah.
And pen.
Pen are the same.
They sound the same in the Kiwi accent.
Yeah,
So,
pin.
exactly, that's right. Good job. That's
I
right.
know, because I'm learning Kiwi accent from my boys.
They do sound Kiwi.
And I want to know any, you know, cultural difference did you find here?
I think Americans are frequently more direct in saying what they mean, what they want. And people here, Kiwis tend to be, they're less direct. You know, they're not trying to offend anybody.
Yes.
And so, but then it's hard to understand what they mean or what they want. And I find that difficult as an American.
And any good things about living in New Zealand?
I just feel so much less stressed. You know, even though I've had difficulties with finding work and things like that, I've still been able to enjoy a lot of my life here. I feel like New Zealand does a good job of taking care of its people. So healthcare is very bad in America for the average person. If you don't have a lot of money, I mean, people go bankrupt because of medical bills.
Oh, really?
All the time.
That's horrible.
If you're familiar with like websites like GoFundMe, tons of people asking for money to help cover medical bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here the medical service is free, basically.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
If you have an accident, if you break your arm or something, it's covered no matter what.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there are so many preventative medical services that accessible to everyone. But if you want extra insurance, you can get it, but you don't need it. Whereas in America, it's very hard to access good insurance.
Yes, so Korea is much better than America about, you know, medical system.
I think most modern countries are better. If America is saying we're number one, people should be like us, they should set a better example, in my opinion.
The one thing actually I found here is everything is so slow.
Oh, yes, okay, yes.
It is related with you.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
When I've applied for jobs, it's taken a long time for people to get back to me.
Yeah.
Or like when my partner, he was trying to get promoted at his work. It took forever. I don't know what it's like in Korea.
We are so quick, very efficient.
If you need to like ask a question that involves the bureaucracy, is it very easy to get in touch with who you need to get to?
Sure. It's easy. It's easy and should be very quick. Otherwise, people will get, you know, pissed off. Yeah, everything should be very quick. The country code for international call it's 82 for Korea. So if we read this one in Korean, it's 82. 82. It sounds like 빨리. So 빨리 means quickly, quick. So even country code. Think about the frustration I got in the first place I arrived here.
I can imagine.
It was kind of, you know, pain to wait.
And it's out of your control. So that's so interesting because America is so big and a lot of things are very inefficient. So for me, things like calling up immigration to ask a question, for me, we're actually faster here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, certain things. So America is so big and there's so much bureaucracy. And you could spend hours on hold on the phone and never get through. And people spend days like trying to contact.
If that kind of thing happen in Korea, you know, people will explode that building.
I mean, no, as Americans, you kind of just, you get used to it. Like the worst was really bad is the Department of Motor Vehicles. So anything to do with registering your car or taking your driver's test, that sort of thing. Oh, it's awful. Even if you make an appointment, you're waiting forever. You basically just decide, okay, I'm going to be here for at least half a day. So certain things have been really fast, comparatively, for me.
Oh, yeah?
Because you can talk to a human.
Do you know anything about Korea or Korean culture?
I know Korea makes very good dramas. I love Korean food, but I don't know too much. I'd say my impressions of Korean people, they value education.
Yes, that's right.
They have a very, similar to America, there's a lot of pressure to work and to do well and to be successful.
Yes.
I think this is similar to a lot of Asia, but you know, people live much more densely.
Yeah.
So
very close
together, big cities. So that's kind of my impression. I've never been to Korea. I'd like to go. I think in the past 10 years or so in America, K-pop has exploded.
Okay.
I mean, they're like, you go onto Spotify and there's a whole K-pop playlists and radio and stuff.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's quite popular. Parasite won the Oscar.
So thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay.
I hope this is helpful.
It will. And then someday maybe I can interview again for another topic.
Anything.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right.
Thank you, Joy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.